Welcome, everyone. We're diving into the Quran today. Excited to explore with you all what makes it so unique.
Absolutely. It's a fascinating text.
Yeah. We're going to be looking at, how its preservation is promised, the beauty of the language. We'll even touch upon the scientific hints it has.
Yeah.
And then the importance of reciting the Quran and, of course, all the different interpretations throughout history.
Such richness to uncover.
Oh, there is. And it really struck me right off the bat just how the Quran emphasizes its own protection. Like it's almost declaring its own timeless existence, right?
Right. Yeah.
There's this verse, it's so powerful, where Allah says, indeed, it is we who sent down the Quran, and indeed, we will be its guardian.
Powerful words.
It is. It makes you realize that this book is like more than just, words on a page.
Definitely.
It's a promise, a divine promise.
Absolutely. And for Muslims, this promise of preservation, it's like a cornerstone of their faith.
I could see that.
Because it assures them that the Quran they have today, the one they're reading, reciting, memorizing, it's the same, word for word, as the one revealed to Prophet Muhammad, unchanged.
Wow. That's like mind-boggling.
Yeah.
When you really think about it, a text from over 1,400 years ago, traversing through centuries, and yet it's remained unchanged.
Untouched by time. It really makes you stop and think.
It does. What does that mean to you, like the implications of a divinely protected text?
It's awe-inspiring to think that the very words we're reading today have been passed down through generations untouched. It speaks volumes about the Quran's power.
It really does. It's like holding a piece of history, a direct connection. And speaking of connections, something else that always fascinates me.
Yeah.
The sheer beauty of the language in the Quran, even, with getting into deeper meanings.
Yeah.
Just that rhythmic flow, the way the verses flow together, it's mesmerizing.
You're right. The sound is captivating. Just the way the words are chosen, the sentence structures, it's almost like hypnotic.
Yeah.
And that actually touches on a really important point. The Quran's style itself is often considered miraculous. In Arabic, the original language, its eloquence, that rhythm you mentioned, they're unmatched. It's something that many believe is impossible to replicate. It's like a fingerprint of the divine.
I've heard the term inimitable used before.
Exactly. That's the word, inimitable. Meaning it's literary excellence, that beauty can't be duplicated. Like, imagine trying to paint a sunset as breathtaking as a real one.
Yeah.
The original just has this quality you can't imitate.
Such a powerful analogy. I can only imagine the impact of hearing the Quran recited in its original Arabic.
Oh, it's a powerful experience. That sonic beauty is central to its impact. Recitation itself is an art form. It's a way to connect with the divine through the beauty of sound and language.
It's more than just words, isn't it?
It is. It's an experience.
Yeah.
And speaking of connecting with the divine, there's another aspect of the Quran that always sparks my curiosity, the scientific hints.
Oh, yeah. Those are fascinating.
It's amazing how some verses seem to allude to scientific phenomena that weren't discovered until centuries later.
Right. It's almost like getting a glimpse into the future, in a way.
It is. There's this one verse that mentions the heavens and earth being joined and then separated, and how every living thing is made from water. I mean, those ideas resonate so much with things like the Big Bang Theory and the importance of water for life.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But of course, it's important to remember that the Quran isn't a science textbook.
Of course not. It's not meant to be a literal scientific treatise.
Right. So it's not about taking these verses as scientific statements, but appreciating the bigger picture they're painting.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that sense of awe and wonder. The Quran encourages us to ponder the wonders of creation, to see those signs of God in the natural world.
To see that interconnectedness of it all, which actually leads perfectly into something else I wanted to touch on, this idea of recitation.
Yeah.
The Quran isn't just meant to be read silently, right?
Right. It's meant to be heard, felt, experienced through the beauty of its sound.
Exactly. And it reminds me that the Quran was originally revealed orally.
It was, to Prophet Muhammad. And that tradition of oral transmission has continued to this day. Reciting the Quran, listening to its rhythm, is considered an act of worship. It's a way to connect with the divine word directly.
It's a living tradition.
It is, and it's really incredible when you think about the dedication involved in memorizing the entire Quran.
Oh, I know. I can't even imagine the effort it takes to commit so much text to memory. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a practice deeply revered in the Muslim world. It's called hifz. Memorizing the Quran is seen as a way to internalize the divine word, to carry it within yourself. And you're talking about memorizing over 6,000 1,000 verses.
Wow. It's truly inspiring. And it really highlights the importance of preserving the Quran's authenticity. But, earlier we were talking about the beauty of the language, and it made me think
About what?
about the different interpretations. You mentioned metaphors and symbolic language.
Yes.
So how do Muslims handle those different understandings? Does it ever cause disagreements?
That's a great question, and it speaks to the complexity and richness of the Quran. It's true, it does use metaphors, parables, symbolic language. It invites different layers of understanding. And throughout history, there have been various schools of thought, different scholars offering their own interpretations.
So it's like a multifaceted jewel reflecting different colors.
Precisely. The Quran encourages contemplation and reflection. Its verses can resonate with people in different ways depending on their own journeys and perspectives.
That makes sense. And it makes me think about how the Quran tackles all sorts of topics.
Oh, it does.
Not just spiritual matters, but also social justice, economic inequality, even environmental responsibility. It's like a guidebook for life, isn't it?
It is, you could say that. It provides guidance on how we interact with each other, how we build just societies, how we take care of the world around us.
Like there's that one verse that says, "And do good as Allah has been good to you, and desire not corruption in the earth. Indeed, Allah does not like corruptors." It's a powerful reminder to be responsible.
It is, and it speaks directly to that idea of environmental stewardship, something that's so relevant in our world today. Our actions have consequences, not just for us, but for the whole ecosystem.
Absolutely. I was struck by how the Quran challenged the social norms of its time,
Oh, in many ways.
advocating for the vulnerable, promoting equality, like giving women rights to inheritance and property. That was revolutionary back then.
It was, and it condemned all forms of discrimination, no matter your race or social status.
And those teachings are still so relevant today,
They are.
inspiring people to fight for social change and advocate for those who are marginalized. It's remarkable how a text from centuries ago can still speak so powerfully to our world.
It really is. It speaks to the Quran's universality. Its message transcends time and place. It addresses those fundamental human concerns that are relevant across generations.
Yeah.
That call for justice, compassion, ethical living, it resonates. It inspires individuals and communities all over the world.
Thinking about how the Quran guides Muslims in their daily lives, does it just lay down a set of rules? Or is there more to it?
Oh, it's so much more than just rules. For Muslims, the Quran is a source of guidance, comfort, inspiration.
I see.
It's like a companion on their journey. It offers solace during hardship, wisdom for making decisions, a reminder of their purpose. They turn to the Quran to answer those big questions in life, for direction when they feel lost, for that sense of connection with the divine.
Like a living wellspring of wisdom.
Exactly. Comfort, guidance, a profound sense of connection.
I can see how people find meaning and solace in its verses, but, for someone who's unfamiliar with the Quran,
Yeah.
it can seem daunting. Like, where do you even begin with a text that's so long and complex?
That's understandable. It can feel overwhelming. But it's important to remember that the Quran wasn't revealed all at once. It was a gradual process over 23 years. The teachings were relevant to the events and context of the time.
So you're saying you don't have to read it in one sitting?
Exactly. There are so many different ways to approach the Quran. Some people read chronologically, starting with the first chapter revealed. Others focus on specific chapters or verses that speak to them personally. And there are translations, commentaries, study guides to help people understand the context and meaning.
So there's not one right way to read it?
Not at all. What matters is engaging with it thoughtfully and sincerely.
That makes sense. The more we talk, the more I realize just how multifaceted this text is. It's incredible.
And there's always more to discover. It's a timeless text. Every reading reveals new layers of meaning, new wisdom.
I have to ask one final question before we move on.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most important message the Quran conveys? Something for our listeners to think about.
That's a big question, one that's been pondered for centuries. But at its heart, I believe the Quran's most important message is recognizing God's oneness, his absolute unity, and our responsibility to live in harmony with his will, and realizing that our purpose is to worship him.
So understanding our place in creation, our relationship with the divine.
Exactly. The Quran emphasizes that we were created to worship God. But that worship, it's not just about rituals. It's about how we live our lives, how we treat each other, how we strive to be just, compassionate, merciful.
It's about our actions.
It is contributing to the betterment of ourselves and our communities. recognizing that our actions have a ripple effect.
The beautiful message, really empowering too.
It is. It's about aligning our hearts and our actions with the divine will, understanding that true fulfillment comes from a life of purpose and service.
It's not just following rules, but cultivating a way of being.
You got it. A way of life that reflects those core values.
You know, throughout this deep dive, it's become so clear that the Quran isn't just some historical document or a collection of stories. It's a living text,
Absolutely.
still speaking to people across cultures and generations.
Yes.
Like a wellspring of wisdom,
Yeah.
offering guidance and solace even amidst our modern challenges.
I couldn't agree more. The Quran's teachings on faith, morality, social justice, they resonate with people all over the world.
They do. Whether it's, struggling with inequality or trying to find meaning in such a fast-paced world, or even just searching for a sense of belonging.
The Quran offers a path towards a more just, compassionate, fulfilling life.
It's remarkable, really, how a text revealed over 1,400 years ago can still feel so relevant.
It speaks to its power. And, one thing that's always stood out to me is the emphasis on seeking knowledge
Oh, yeah.
and understanding. The Quran doesn't shy away from encouraging, inquiry, critical thinking.
It doesn't, which is so important, especially today, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In a world where we're bombarded with information, the Quran reminds us to be discerning, to seek knowledge that uplifts, that empowers, and to use our understanding to contribute to the world in a positive way.
To make a difference. And, thinking about knowledge and understanding, something just came to mind.
Yeah.
The very first word revealed in the Quran was read.
It was a powerful start.
It is. It really emphasizes the value placed on knowledge and learning in Islam, doesn't it?
It does. It's a call to engage with the world, to explore, to question, to constantly strive for greater understanding.
And never stop learning.
Exactly. Our journey of learning and discovery should never end. There's always more to uncover, more to understand, more to appreciate.
This deep dive has been so eye-opening. Honestly, it's challenged some of my own preconceptions.
I'm glad to hear that.
And I have a newfound appreciation for the Quran. Its depth, wisdom, beauty. It's a text that deserves to be studied, pondered, cherished.
I agree. It's been wonderful exploring it with you.
As we wrap up our deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought. We've really only just scratched the surface.
We have. The Quran has so much to offer.
A whole universe of knowledge, wisdom, and inspiration waiting to be discovered. And we encourage you all to continue this journey of discovery. Maybe start with a single verse or a short chapter. Engage with it thoughtfully. Allow those words to resonate. You might be surprised at the impact it can have. So until next time, keep seeking knowledge, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep.
It really does. And, for me, what stands out is how the Quran emphasizes seeking knowledge and understanding. It encourages a spirit of inquiry, critical thinking, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
It does.
It doesn't shy away from it at all.
No. And it reminds us that true knowledge isn't just about blindly accepting things.
It's about engaging with the world around us.
Yes. Seeking wisdom, using our intellect to better understand our place in the universe.
It's a really powerful message, especially today, with so much information out there.
It is.
It encourages us to be discerning, to seek knowledge that uplifts and empowers us, to use that understanding to make a positive impact.
To make a difference. And, speaking of knowledge and understanding, it's interesting to remember that the very first word revealed in the Quran was read.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It is. It's a powerful reminder of the value that Islam places on knowledge and learning.
That one word really speaks volumes.
It does. It's a call to engage with the world around us, to explore, question, and to constantly strive for greater understanding.
Never stop learning.
Exactly. That journey of learning and discovery, it should never end. There's always something more to uncover, more to understand, more to appreciate about this incredible world God has created.
This deep dive has been such an eye-opening experience. It's honestly challenged some of my own preconceptions.
And I'm so glad to hear that.
And I have such a newfound appreciation for the Quran. The depth, the wisdom, the beauty. It's a text that deserves to be studied and pondered and cherished.
I couldn't agree more. It's been a joy sharing this exploration with you and our listeners.
And as we wrap up this incredible journey into the Quran, we want to leave you with one final thought. We've really only just scratched the surface here.
There's so much more to discover.
A whole universe of knowledge, wisdom, inspiration. It's all waiting to be uncovered within these pages. And we encourage you, continue this journey of discovery. Pick up the Quran, maybe start with a single verse, a short chapter, engage with it, think about it, let the words resonate with you. You might be surprised by the impact it can have. So until next time, keep seeking knowledge, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep.